Good afternoon, this is Sirena Nereida with Celestial Soul Wellness. Wow. We are having a wonderful full moon, and I'm saying wonderful full moon, in Pisces, 6 degrees, really going into 7 degrees Pisces. And there is no rain in sight here in Southern California. We are going through a heat wave, and it's the time you want to watch grumpy old men and just watch those snow and going, I wish I could fall, and do the Anne Margaret running around in her swimsuit leotard and just throw herself down. It's just like in that snow, and you probably wouldn't even notice it that it was so cold. But we are having a wonderful heat wave, wonderful, yes, and we are having a drought combination of having, Jupiter in Leo for a while, and then even in California, it's a Cancer state, meaning its astrology is a Cancer. So it's progressive chart, well, actually, if it was only 30-some years old, then it would be in Leo, Jupiter going into, that. But right now, no, it's now Jupiter's in Virgo. It's dry. It's Earth. And we are witnessing it. We are getting more detailed, okay? Here in the United States, we are getting very detailed with our information. And it's being exasperated and encouraged and exuberant energy towards that, because we have Jupiter that's conjunct this, okay? So real quickly, let me tell you a bunch of stuff that's going on astrologically speaking, and then I'll go into layman's terms, all right? So here we go. We got, where do I start? There's so many things. My goodness. Okay, so we have the new moon. The full moon. I'm sorry, the full moon. The full moon, which is conjunct Neptune in Pisces retrograde, all right? Then we got, let me write down some notes here. It's going one here, so I don't forget it, okay? It's the time. Yes, the pen has decided not to function, okay? And that's what he said. So, then also too is, you guys got that? So you got the Sun conjunct Eros, all right? That is conjunct Jupiter. That is conjunct Apollo. So we got a lot of action there going on too, okay? And we have a really close trine there. A conjunction of Cetus with Mercury and the North Node in Libra. Then we have a fire trine, Venus with, that's conjunct Mars, okay? So Venus is conjunct Mars. It's fire trine with a Pallas and Vesta, okay? So those two. So we got some action going on there also. Let's see here. Uranus is in conjunct with Saturn. We know that. There is still going on. Sappho is right there with Neruda, which is very poetically nice and open. Okay, let's see here. I have Sybil making contact with someone. Who are we making? Oh, Sybil is opposite Venus and right there. Okay, in Aquarius. Let's see here. We still got Pluto hanging out, making its influence there, and it's in conjunct Venus and Mars. All right, so let's see, there's some detachment going on, then some blurry lines, all right, blurring of borders, limits and boundaries, I should say, and not seeing things clearly, yet a need to see and put our foot forward. So let's just go now really separated little by little, okay? So I like to write down the minutes for you guys so that way you know. It's like, okay, when is she going to explain all this? So here we go. All right. We have, we were talking about Neptune conjunct the full moon. So we are seeing a blurring of borders, especially because it's in Pisces, it's watery. Water doesn't really know when to stay in one side or another. Look, when it floods, it goes over. When it dries up, it decides to shrink back. Okay, so the limits and boundaries are not really being understood. And Yet, we are getting asked to really relax and enjoy. So there's two things that can happen here. You can either really, really enjoy yourself, go swimming, all that, or you could take things to extreme. We do have Jupiter in opposition to that. Sometimes it's going to tell us to want to create our limits, you know, going, okay, that's good, that's good. Is this a good time for it or not? There's a time and place to have that. So a lot of people are going to want to go swimming, especially if you're in California, you know, or this summer, you know, students have started back to school the past few weeks or this past week, and Labor Day weekend's the next weekend. Yeah, so people are having barbecues and all that. Just make sure if you are going to indulge in anything, especially, you know, that if you're on medication or anything that can, you know, create a haze and mist in this general area, all right, and keep you unbalanced, because fishes really don't know balance. It's a flotation and it's different. There's a different kind of balance. There's one knowing how to keep your whole three lower chakras up. A lot of people would ask me, you know, most of you know that I've been swimming ever since I was thrown in the pool. We're very, very young, and, you know, swam Junior Olympics, swam for the Navy. And also, it's a matter, I don't even think about it. I just go, and they're like, how do you do that? You know, I'm just lying there, and it's innate, but really, when I think about it, it's the using your lower three chakras for balance. And why do I bring that up? Because here, those three lower chakras are what is needed for grounded, okay, in creativity, in identifying ourselves, right? Our root and our sacral, and our solar plexus, okay? And so, which is interesting because we still have Saturn hanging out in the sacral chakra, Scorpio, okay, which represents the sacral chakra. We do have, you know, the sun right there, okay, we can say it's identity and all that, in our creativity there in Virgo, yet it's an earth sign wanting groundedness, okay? And just, so we have combination of things going on. Yet we have the moon and Neptune up all the way here. So we're having a good balance of things, of being aware, especially because our heart chakra is being represented there with Venus and Mars hanging out. And it's about giving unconditionally and receiving unconditionally. Leos love to give. Oh my gosh. You know, just, we got to be careful of Leos. And please, this is Capricorns and Virgos and Taurus, behave yourselves when you're around Leos. Because Leos won't think twice about taking that check and say, I got it. Because they like to make sure everybody's having a good time. But a lot of people wonder, why is it that Leos, you know, seem to get things all the time? Because they keep positive. And this is when, you know, you're going, the Virgos and Taurus and Capricorns are being a little bit, you know, like we say in Spanish, codo, you know, penny pitching, and they're going, oh no, I can't do that. Oh, well, yeah, go ahead, because they're always blocking themselves. You know, you just constantly block. I mean, yes, I understand that the roots, you know, to get to the sun, you have to penetrate through, you know, that core of the earth. And if you don't do that, you can't, you know, reign in your identity. Especially, I mean, there's some signs that really think, you know, especially the Capricorns and some of the Virgos, that, yes, you have to work very hard, otherwise you're not going to go anywhere in life. First of all, where do you want to go? And why is this power necessary? And it's very important to acknowledge this, because we got these things going on. We have to identifying ourselves with the Venus and Mars there, and Leo saying, how do I love? How do I want to be shown love? And in this case, it's all about giving and receiving openly, unconditionally, without an agenda. How many people so lie constantly in the romances? They're dating and the woman's like, oh, well, you know, he won't do this, he won't do that. And I remind the woman, I go, and is that why you got together with him in the beginning? So he could do your beck and call? or she won't give me this, she won't give me, and that is why you got together. A lot of people are not together because of love. They are together because they're trying to push their own agenda, wanting energy and support. And you have to really think, it's like, hey, wait a minute. Okay? The biggest love affair you should have is with yourself. And when I'm saying love affair, I'm not saying because I got all these certificates, so I'm awesome. That is not a love affair with yourself. That is a love affair according to all these other people, you know, who have deemed themselves worthy enough to opinionate on your behavior and your outcome. Okay? So really watch what you're doing there. This is a time where you look into yourself, and I know that you know, it's Chiron is in conjunct this Venus and Mars, but it's really giving us that time to just detach from opinions of others, detach from the need of the love of others, but really, 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 you know, just being part of nature. Virgo's such a nature person. I mean, you know, we got right there, I'm looking at Vesta because it's hanging out in Aries. And, you know, Vesta kind of goes with the Virgo. Well, the true sense of a Virgo, this idea of, oh, Virgo, the virgin is, you know, that is, a lot of you are using the idea of virgin, of post-Christian religion, Catholicism, you know, just deteriorating its meaning, and the patriotic religion just crushing any light being given upon, you know, the glories and brilliance of the feminine essence, okay, either be it in a man or in a woman. And so it just, and that, let me tell you also, and this is because, I'm saying this because we do have Jupiter in Virgo, and we have, you know, conjuncting the Virgo. We're going to see things going on. What is religion? What is it? How is it fulfilling us? And yet we have Neptune in, you know, in Pisces, of spirituality, that connection, that cosmic, you know, connection, cosmic consciousness, you know, Christ consciousness, they're also calling it, right? So what exactly is religion? A lot of people are using religion as a rule book and creating guilt for your own existence. And our God is a benevolent, loving God, okay? And especially if you're my generation, we're in our late 40s, my gosh, you know, 50s there. And anybody, you know, my age group or older, you were raised by people who were guilt-ridden. They were guilty for being a certain culture. They were guilty for, you know, just eating too much or for not trying hard enough. You know, they weren't allowed to enjoy life. It was about working hard, working hard. I have a wonderful close friend of mine in my 70s, and a lot of you know that I dance Hawaiian hula, and I perform, we volunteer for our troop volunteers for these different homes, and if it's a convalescent home or a nursing home, or, you know, home for the elderly, you know, the challenged, then we you know, the dancers ourselves, we give. And he just didn't understand that, this Virgo, okay? It's like, why would you do that? It's like to give love and happiness. And so, and he's like, why do you need happiness? And I'm like, and that's why you got gout, because of that negativity just boiling up already from the earth all the way up into him, okay? So, you know, a lot of things, remember, diseases and illnesses and pains and aches are a reflection of what is going on inside, and that is very important because, again, with this full moon, we are seeing that Neptune, you know, which represents the feet, okay? If we don't go out there and stretch and get out and walk around and swim and, you know, be part of nature, we are not connecting ourselves with, you know, the universal consciousness, with cosmic consciousness, Christ consciousness, with the, I mean, with source, okay? So I feel like I'm on a soapbox. And the next thing, sorry about that, you guys. It just radiates so much, and how can you not? And the more you are so connected with the universe, you are less demanding, you are less needy, you're not high maintenance, requiring other people to feed your energy because you do not know how to connect with the universe. You are then behaving more on an animalistic level, okay, and claiming that is love, and it's not love. You are feeding off of one another. You're energetic vampires, and I say you, I shouldn't say that, because there's sometimes, I mean, me being human, it's just obvious that I'm not sitting at left hand, the God the Father, right, having a conversation with Jesus, so I'm not all perfect and great, but we have to make sure that we are in relationship because we are willing to give support, okay? Not because they fulfill our fantasy. This is something I always wanted. And why? Because you feel that if you had that fantasy, it is giving you then self-worth. Again, it all goes back to self-disturbance and self-worth. Okay? Well, if I had this kind of woman next to me, that means I am awesome. And if other people are seeing that, even though I have my own doubts, again, you are looking at other people for that, you know, worthiness, and calling it love, and you're looking for it, you know, and it's just not possible. You have to, one really has to connect, no matter what religion you are, no matter what culture you are, is connect with cosmic consciousness, with the universe, excuse me, with source. And so here we're going now a little bit more. We got Eros, which is all about that lusting to live. Okay, if you're just kicking it, some people are participators. There's in this case, I'm gonna categorize. I know, a very non-Aquarian thing to do, right? We don't like name calling, categorizing, but my Venus is in Virgo, so this helps. Okay, and I'm going to categorize. You have the spectators, and then you have the participants of life. There are some spectators like, okay, I'm there, that's it. I don't want to do anymore. And they really don't understand the participants of life. You know, I know I'm a participant. I do things. I want to be part of it, experience and feel, and just and then with that feeling, you're on a higher vibration, and you're giving off that vibration and energy, and it is just intermingle. Whereas spectators are just feeding off energy from others. Okay, so. Then again, it's just see a lot of people, and now we're going to Eastern astrology, that are mainly core participants, all right? Unless they have their Mars in the 12th house, then, you know, they can be a little bit, or in the 4th house, can be a little bit more, you know, spectators. But some people might consider them overwhelming. Those are only for the spectators, okay? Because they don't know how to live. They don't know how to let go. People are afraid that if they let go, they're going to be vulnerable. But with Eros right there, and just giving that lust to live, and Jupiter, we have the Sun is saying, don't worry, you are going to be grounded through all this. You know, just make sure that the nucleus situation is clear from the mist, all right? Make it that you're swimming and not because you're drinking alcohol or popping pills. Remember, anytime if you are taking medication, that is a big sign that your soul is saying things are not right. Medication, okay, especially in our country, you know, it's just so popular, and we're going to see a whole new thing going on with medication, because you know, we have people who are self-prescribing themselves medication. I mean, as a healer, I've gotten potential clients who say, okay, I need you to give me craniosacral, I need you to give me theta, or run my bars and practice conscious. And I'm looking at them going, wow, since when are you self-prescribing? Okay? And without realizing that if they could self-prescribe, that means they could get down deeper and self-acknowledge what has caused all these things. And usually it's some kind of fear, right? A fear of being themselves. Okay, so be very, very aware in this groundiness to open yourself up and enjoy yourself there. And even it's a type of just let go of the psychological issues, because one, they're humans. Those parents had issues too. I mean, look at our parents, what they went through. World War II, okay? Their parents, World War I. I mean, turn of centuries, feminism, okay? We don't have separative color, anymore, thank goodness, okay? And we don't have separation of gender anymore. We have evolved so much that it's kind of like if they or some of our parents and grandparents got slapped, especially if they're coming from another culture and they're coming here and they're just like trying to catch up, okay? And so they're like, whoa. And yet they're trying to explain everything to their new children that they're having here in this country with the mentality of old life, of old school, of old country. And maybe there's even a language barrier because they can't express it the same. So, we need to be a little bit forgiving. I'm not saying that means, you got to hang out now all the time with them, but just understand and accept it is what it is. Yet at times we might need to separate ourselves because we can change if we want to, but for them it worked. Yet they, depending on what generation, if they're 60, hopefully they have 40 more years, here where they are needing to, adjust now on this new dimension, because we are evolving. I mean, Pluto's halfway through and it's going to be going, and hitting into Aquarius, where we are dealing, in the 20s, something there. So things are not going to last long. We're going to see a major change there. And so with this full moon, we need to really accept that and understand that and be happy for bringing those things to light, okay? I'm going to go here. We said how, we talked about how there might be control issues and argumentative issues regarding those psychological stuff, and just separate ourselves from it all. Really, it serves no purpose, because who's right? Everybody's right in their own mind and perspective. Okay, you see me one way this way, but if I come in and I'm sitting here, and someone says, oh, she has I bet she has an armband or something else on the other side, and you don't see it, maybe they're right. But then also too, is depending if they're seeing it through a reflection. But then if you're seeing it from this way, you're going to see something completely different. So we need to really recall those things, come from a loving heart, and really encourage other people. And if they do you harm, just, have some empathy. We're not perfect either. We got to give love and go, yes, it is sad. And, do not encourage all that, negativity. We have Saturn right there that's trying Sappho. I'm looking, going, really? Okay, I wrote it in my notes, and I'm looking for Sappho. Yes, it is. It's a water sign. Okay. And with Nereida there. So there's a creating stabilities, opportunities. Another thing, this next month we have, Sun there in Virgo. And then we're having another opportunity in support of creating stability. Yet Venus is in retrograde. So all these issues from the past, either financial issues, romantic issues. I know with some of my clients, it's been past romantic issues. Okay. A lot of you don't know, just to give you an idea, my Venus, which is not retrograde, is conjunct with my South Node. Can you imagine that, So, in Virgo. So, in the third house, just in case you were curious, which is ruled by Mercury in my second house. I know. Okay, so, you can imagine what goes on, and during this time, all these people from the past I hadn't seen, and it's like, oh, and then past issues or past financial thing. Didn't I take care of that? I thought I did, or I did, but it needed to be readjusted. So issues with siblings and cousins, And I say issues, and issues are not negative. They're just situations, I should say, because a lot of words now are creating a negative connotation because of how the news or other people use them, but don't consider that whatsoever. But so, you know, we're getting all that, and we're getting this opportunity to really just stabilize that, okay? Remember also too is this is an opportunity to really show our feminine essence, enjoying the feminine essence. Pisces is a very feminine sign, okay? I mean, it is just, you know, those are the signs I always hear those men with the fire sign going, oh, I just want to, you know, pick her up and save her and protect her and, you know, save me. Okay, they're very good at that. I know you would think I could do that. I can't do that very well, though my North Node is in Pisces. It's in the 9th house, so, you know, I don't. But otherwise, let's, you know, it's developing sensuality, really feeling. It's not just sexual, but if you are going to, now, there's love. And there's love for sex. And there's sex for love. And then there's exchange of energy, which is Tantra. And then there's sex for Tantra, you know. This is an opportunity because of that exchange is really creating that tension, because we also have Eros in Virgo, and it's just a very Virgos are sensual too, okay? I mean, they're mostly the curves, and we go back to that Vestal Virgin, and a lot of people go, Roman Vestal Virgins actually got killed if they had sex. Take it further back. Again, we're talking before, okay? We are talking about the Greek Vestal Virgins, where when they came, people came to them. It was, you know, can you imagine going to some kind of spa? And you're going, and it's for healing. And you know, nowadays there's these, you know, we see it on Meetup, we see it on different sites, you know, snuggle bunnies, you know, hugs, $15 for 15 minutes. And I'm like, gosh, you know, I remember when massages were just as cheap, and now I hope massages aren't, because they put on a lot of energy. But going back to the point is, you know, it's a healing. And then to have the remarkable thing to say and detach and say, enjoy. Take that beautiful energy, take that beautiful sensuality, and share it with your loved ones now. A lot of times people are giving constantly without responsibility, and that's not good. You know, this is where the Greek Vestal Virgins of going to those, you know, some people try and do that by going to was it Vegas, you know, they try and feed off each other's energy and go, oh, yes. They think by drinking, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about healing from the inside out and giving and sharing, okay? And it's more, I think they should be spas like that more. There's certain people I know I would like to send them there, okay? And so let's continue here. We do have, we talked about deceiving oneself, needing time of balance. Okay, we have opposite of Sybil. Okay, we do have Venus and conjunct Mars. They're opposite of Sybil. A time when there's a distinct need to acknowledge your own dominance essence. Are you more feminine essence? Or are you more masculine essence? I know that when I'm working, I'll be very honest, the Leo, I'm born on the cusp. My Mars and my Mercury is Leo, so I come off very much masculine essence, even though I might dress feminine essence, because I take charge. You know, I'm ex-military. You know, I'm also ex-high school teacher of many moons, and so just grasping. Even when I'm working with my clients, I got to take charge, because hardly ever do I get a client that says, "Hey, Sirena, I need some money. You know, just came up for a tune-up." No, usually they're a mess. And I'm like, I have to ground them and everything. So a lot of my point is my masculine essence comes out. So yeah, my Venus is in Virgo in the 3rd house. It's a very following, you know, it's an angular house. and it's willing to just let me be supportive, okay? um, and need to let go. So it shows that if you're not sure which one is which or how to portray which, if you need that balance, call me up, text me, email me. Let's do a chart reading on your love, lust, and romance, what you need, what you desire, okay? And what you want, sometimes all in one. Those people are awesome, at least 2 of 3, and some aren't, I don't have them all in one. So, moving right along, it's very clear, to see that how to switch back and forth without losing balance, still going with the flow of the universe. After all, we do have the full moon in Pisces, and still creating positive. The shadow of Pisces is a lot of negativity, poorest me, victimhood. Remember, anytime we're doing astrology, now we're going to continue, and we're going to look at how this full moon is going to affect the different signs, okay? So Aries, you have stuff going on in your 12th house, the 5th house, okay, 6. So you got a lot of time to take some time, reprise, enjoy yourself, be around children, happy, 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 and really start looking towards your health. And so this way it goes in and really develops and focus on your health, because that's what's going to be going on. You do want your health to be better, and you do want that to be good for you to move on, okay? So this is opportunity to really check out what's going on. Be careful with secrets, because secrets do eat up at us, all right? Secrets can gather, and usually a secret means is that we are feeling a lack of self-worth, a lack of love, and we need to have the secret, because then people are going to opinionate and are going to leave us, and we don't feel that we're worthy. So really consider all that, heal that time, okay? Go out for walks, go swimming, and hang out with children, and feel that vibration, and manifest a lot of self-love, okay? Or get a nice pet, because pets do represent the 6th house, and pets do look at, he's like, please stop, this is on film right now. He's like, I know it's on film, and I'm highly embarrassed. Anyway, so moving right along, let's Taurus. Okay, we got issues going on with your friendships, all right, and your personal goals. The friendships are changing, they're adjusting to better suit you, to better represent you, and by this happening, you are also getting the opportunity to really, consider who you are, how you love yourself, and how you need to be loved in those bases. And really, just be creative in all that. Okay, Taurus? And even be creative with the friends. You're going towards a more creative stuff. It was kind of hard having Jupiter there. And so now that you're going to move on, and just say, okay, I'm going to develop this and share it with more of my friends, and open myself up and not be so vulnerable. Vulnerability is not hiding, it's being more grounded and being more self-assured. Right now, say yes. Okay, so now let's go on. We have Gemini. So your position as an authority, the authorities around you, it's changing, it's all shifting. And you've seen how that you can be more supportive, and as an authority, perhaps issues going on also regarding opportunities, to read more, to expand your knowledge, on a more of an elementary level. You're not right now wanting to go metaphysical and do jumps and hoops through dimensions and planes. But you're dealing with stuff of having, oh gosh, here we go again. Maybe you're the authority figure, or the authority figure has changed in your life. But how your career, how you need to see yourself, and how the public sees you. These are issues that you've dealt with before, because Venus is retrograde. All right. And by do that too, you're getting opportunity to change your basis, you know. So your connection with your siblings and your cousins and your neighborhood, and how you have allowed your mind to expand. Are you flitting, going from one place to another, or are you staying stable? Okay, and that's very important. And I know right now, well, I'm trying to make you laugh. Okay, Gemini, look at him, isn't he so cute? All right, Cancer. So Cancer, you're doing the metaphysical thing. All right, see, Cancer holding the baby. See, holding the baby. Okay, I could be Cancer also. My son is on the cusp, and so it's in the ninth house. And so you are just allowing yourself to bring new things to you. You've already been going through changes since last year because Jupiter was in your sign, and my goodness, and now you got Saturn, and is going to be going into Sagittarius, open up those ideas of metaphysics, and it's all good, and you're happy about it, and it's going to really help you make that uh, connection, that cosmic connection with the universe. And so this is also going to allow and see how your financial situation, how you see yourself morally, your self-worth. Okay, are you going to hide it, or are you going to bring yourself out to light? He's wondering, well, am I going to hide it or bring myself out to light? What do you guys think? Are we hiding it? Are we going to let this Leo animal tell us? Huh? So, anyway, okay, Leo. Ta-da! It's not what you had in mind, but let me do this, Leo. I think I do this all the time. What does this remind you? Yeah, okay. So, he's not happy about that. Anyway, so finances, personal, not your personal finances, joint finances, maybe finish paying off a loan, or you're getting a new loan finally. You were looking for that. You're also getting opportunities to well, your finances are changing because of the help of a third or second party, and that's very important because don't go out crazy. All right. So the sun is in your second house, so we are seeing this expansion, and we are getting, with Jupiter going in your second house, so more of a reason of expansion. At the same time, you need to really see, you're using money as a method of creating what's your self-worth. Remember, it is just timing. Okay, so if you were feeling insecure last year, it's just timing. You have a right to be loved no matter what your financial situation is. You are worthy because you have gifts, and sharing those gifts. And the Leos are like, hey, Sirena, we're not the Pisces here. We don't need that much ego, but go ahead, feed us some more. Okay, well, anyway, that's neither here nor there. But remember, you are wonderful and you are loved. So now let's move along to Virgo, seventh house, partnerships. So something's coming into light regarding partnerships, and you're really seeing what it is that you need, how to love yourself, how to how you need to show love. Okay, why do you show that love that way, hoping for some kind of acknowledgement and worthiness? And also too is, just really creating this new identity. Be careful because Jupiter is in your sign, and Virgos, you guys could get that starchy carchy, starchy carbs addiction. So be careful with that, all right? And, just if you could do a paleo alkaline diet, I suggest that without the starchy carbs and without the dairy products, okay? So remember, dairy products do have one major purpose, to make a little calf into a cow within 4 years. Okay? That's a lot of weight, and a lot of yeast infections. Okay, unless you're drinking mother's milk, that's a whole different story. Okay, so Virgos, go out there, really identify who you are before going into those relationships. Think about it. Think it is why you want a relationship, how you are identifying, why do you want a certain kind of person in those relationships. Okay, so here we have Libra. Moving on, Libra, You are getting an opportunity to things that come in your health of becoming one and going outside and walking, maybe do some swimming too. And make sure you got some fountains to really, really just balance you. You're just all air. And you need to have that water to continue because water, H2O, carries the air. All right? And so you're out with your friends right now and really just going and changing your goals and things are coming to light because of that. And also too is, you're having that opportunity to really, really, just take some relaxation time for yourself, a reprise, and just hopefully it's that and not going into some kind of institute and mandatory relaxation. Okay, so here we go. Scorpio. Let me get some water. Awa. If you guys could tell that I'm recording from different tabs and phones, it's just faster because oh gosh, that's why you see different angles all the time. Anyway, so Marie, Scorpios, children, 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 go out, have fun, romance. Okay, take the children with you, or go swimming, go enjoy life, dance, listen to music, and really just, let it go, let it go, let it go. And do know that, it looks like things are changing around at your, also at work, your superiors, or maybe you're becoming the boss, or the way you are changing your outlook towards your career. And also do know that it could be through friendship that you're having these opportunities, okay? Or stepchildren, because stepchildren do fall in your 11th house. Also, too, it represents your goals. What are your goals and how are they changing? Maybe that's why your career is changing. And you're really very creative. Let me tell you, Scorpio, besides, the negative side is you guys are always saying you're suspicious. But you guys are very creative. And you're very, I mean, goodness, you are this epitome of the sacral chakra. Okay, I mean, Mars, just tons of creativity just coming out. You need to get going on that again. Maybe you put that aside, and you kind of put yourself, held yourself tight. Now you're having opportunity. You got rid of what you didn't need in life, and now bring in what you would really like. Okay, so let's continue here. We got Sagittarius. All right. Oh, you like the Sag? Look at the animals. I know you prefer a horse, huh? I know. Ragnar? Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like we are not kissing and telling. So this is Ragnar. We have Bellatrix, but this is Ragnar the Fierce. Anyway, can you tell my son named him? Anyway, Sagittarius. So we got it going on. You have stuff with changes going on with your home base, who you are, not just your physical home, but also your hearth. Okay, and you are having, because of all these philosophical enlightenment and metaphysical changes, you're doing that astral traveling. You are learning about other cultures to help you expand and enlighten you. And you're just getting all that opportunity to really be now that authority figure, that that mentor for other people. And that is so important because of all that work that you have done with yourself. And now you're getting, as the authority figure, you're going to come up because Saturn is going into your sign, is how to bring all that with stability. You guys are very adjustable sign. And this is a good thing because Saturn in with you is no problem. It's just going to create some stability, most of all. Okay, Capricorn, moving right along. Capricorn, uh, let's see here. We got third house. Okay, so we got things going on with with our siblings and cousins, and your neighborhood, and those changes are going on, and that is also due to because we have things that you're finding out. The way to relate to them, okay, is no longer. Maybe you have a different mentality because of different cultures, or that influence from different lifestyles, okay? And those ideas, I think it's going to be 9, 10. 8, 9, 7, 8. As long as, okay, just making sure I noticed something a little slow there. So, and those outlooks are really helping you get a better idea of how to come across and how to approach situations. Your personal finances are going to change because you're having a situation going on with a third party or second party, an opportunity. So you're either paying off a bill, or you're getting money, or you're keeping money more in your pocket, but things are changing. Maybe you're starting a new loan, which means you got money, right? So either way, be sure it's what you needed, because at the time it feels that way. But remember, Venus is retrograde, so sometimes if it's not for an issue from the past and it's for something new, I would wait out. I would wait it out until Mercury goes forward, okay, which then would be November if you can. Okay, so Aquarius, second house, personal finances are changing, and it's due to your way, your outlook towards partnerships. Okay, the way you see partnerships, maybe you're deciding to take an approach, and a partnership with that approach is going to somehow, remember, partnerships are not all romantic. Okay, it could be business. And interesting enough, you know, you got your son there in the eighth house, so you know some investigative work, some kind of, you know, even things, are you doing some kind of experimental surgery, all right? Or it's even tame transsexual and sensuality. You're getting opportunity to exchange and be a part of, and give more of yourself. Oh, great. Ragnar says yes, he's for it, okay? You know, so this personal finances are going to have an opportunity to expand, all right? And Pisces here, this is an opportunity for you. You are really seeing who you are. You are very known to be high maintenance and needy. You know, some people say, I'm not high maintenance. I'm very giving, and I can't give if the people are not around, Sirena. Of course, Pisces, I understand. Anyway, so hey, if you want company, I love ice cream. I like to be alone sometimes and do my own thing, but once in a while, give me a holler, Pisces, okay? I love, love, love ice cream, all those sherbets, okay? And walks on the beaches and fun, and probably throw you in and throw myself in too. So, but really, get better with your health, and it's going to be through partnerships that you really get that opportunity to really enjoy life more, go swimming, and focus more on your health and what is going on and why. There's a lot of worrying that you have, Pisces, and this is the time to just get rid of it all, do some energy clearings, give me a holler. And okay, Ragnar says now, all right. So, and there's an opportunity to look into your health and really see what is going on, and walk and get involved in your environment, okay? So that way your health can get better. Okay, woo, you gonna stay there? Or you gonna stay? Guess what? Oh, he's done. Okay, so now we're gonna move on, and we're gonna talk about the Sabian symbol. Everybody, the Sabian symbol for 7 degrees Pisces is illuminated by light. A large cross lies on the rocks. Okay, so here we got rocks. We're surrounded by sea, the water. All right, Neptune, we talked about Neptune being in Pisces, Nubius, and the rocks, okay, is something grounded. We're showing groundedness, the sun in Virgo. Hi there. So this is Sirena Nereida again, and yes, I'm videotaped from a different angle with a different pad. I know, there has to be some kind of other way. This is what I got right now going on. So, you know, I don't do the forecasts on a daily basis or weekly. I only do it twice, sometimes a little bit more than twice a month. So this is good right now. Though I'm watching that cat. No, down. Good, Ragnar. That's a good kitty cat. Yes, you can talk to them like dogs. I know. They can be trained, believe it or not. Just got to start young. Okay. Anyway, so we have right here the Sabian symbol was talking about. Oh, it just went. How we started mentioning that you know, illuminated by light, a large cross lies on the rocks. And that's very important because you got a large cross. I mean, doesn't it sound something like we see in Brazil, right? But then the cross being there on the rocks and then water all surrounding it, okay? So the stability, how connected we are with the universe, and how forgiving are we of ourselves. And Ragnar, down. You know, let me just get Ragnar, okay? It's just easier with him, me holding him. Alrighty. Ragnar, say hi. You just want to be in the video again, don't you? You just want to be in the video again. Well, how am I supposed to shuffle? Okay, so, I know a silly side of me you guys see, huh? I do have a very, very silly side. But anyway, that's besides the point, okay? So we are really getting, you know, an idea of what our foundation, how strong is our foundation. Even though it's on a rock, water surrounds us constantly. I mean, after all, this was practically a water world before, you know, the breaking up of the earth and, you know, through volcanic eruptions and earthquakes. So, how strong are your beliefs? And we talked about already earlier in the segment, you know, with this Piscean full moon, that we are seeing, you know, what are the needs of religion? How are they fulfilling it? Some people are hiding behind religions, you know, and really, it's really sad because Christ and you know, the Ascended Masters all talk about uniting. And here you got all these religions separating without focusing on the number one point, is being happy and loving yourself and forgiving yourself and being one with God and having faith in that. And that is the utmost, you know. If someone's like, oh, some of you might be thinking, oh, there she goes on a minister soapbox. Well, I am. I'm a healing minister. I am credentialed, you know. So don't be. It shouldn't become of a surprise. And I am studied in many different religions to be able to connect them. So I do know what I'm talking about, right? Even in kitty cat religions, I know we could still be stable and grounded and still have a loving heart. Now, you're gonna sit here with me so we can do this. Come, right there. Sit. No, you're going to go off? Okay, so let's continue shuffling. Last I checked, it is 5 o'clock and it's 91 degrees here in LA. Isn't that wonderful? Okay. Hope air conditioners are working in the car, right? And drinking a lot of alkaline or spring water. Stay away from that purified water. Let's focus here, you know. Okay, let's separate. See what we got going on here. And one more. And the cards that I'm using today are Eyes of the Soul. Okay, Art Through the Eyes of the Soul. The Oracle right there. Art Through the Eyes of the Soul Oracle. You get a good look at that? Okay. And so these are paintings and texts by Cheryl Yambra-Hers. So thank you, Cheryl. So let's see here. Kind of this way at an angle, so that way I can angle that in. Okay. All right, nice cards. Well, they are. I think all cards are nice. Everything is an opportunity. We shouldn't see it as like, oh no. So here are the oracle cards. Let me move this so you guys can see this. All right. And are you still seeing it from the same angle? I don't even want you guys all twisting your heads around, okay? So here we got, you know, in the beginning, there the past. Love conquers death. Let peace prevail. Then we have retreat into nature, solitude. That's the present. Very nice right now with the Piscean full moon. Sacred journey pilgrimage, the future. So we have here, what are our obstacles? A new door is opening, step over the threshold. Okay, we have the environment, look through the mist, find the mystery. And the suggestion, have hope for the future, new energies are coming in. And finally, the outcome, create, activate your DNA. So now let's talk about that a little. Let's go more into detail. I know we talk, I mention it, but then I always prefer to go in detail. Some of you like to just read it, see what's going on for yourselves, right? Okay. Gluten-free, non-GMO, coconut instead of butter. Awesome. Awesome, nice little snack. I'm always eating, I know. Every time. Every hour. Got to. Okay. And so, let peace prevail. Let's take a good look at that. Okay. And we have right there, I was going to say the Rosicrucians. I was jumping ahead of myself right there. We have the, come on, the Crusades, okay? Those wonderful knights that went in name to protect the weary travelers who wanted to go to Mecca, their journey to Israel and pay homage to where Christ was born and buried and all that. And though the Crusades, those knights, also were known to carry the deeper secrets of, the Solomon's temple. So, including the Ark, okay? And some people said the Ark of the Covenant, is more or less the energy source. How we connect with energy. It's not necessarily the material, but it was the information regarding it that is so precious, okay? Here we have now the present, retreat into nature, solitude. Really learning how to give yourself love and connect with nature to get that energy. So that way you're not like, okay, who can I get drag energy from? I know some people who can never be alone. Oh my goodness. And you see them. They're nowadays going out with other people and you're looking at them going, you really need to go home, take a bath, lie in bed, and put on a good movie and knock out. But no, because they don't like to be alone. They're afraid of their own company. Okay? They're afraid what that would mean. And some of it is their upbringing because that's how their family works. So, being alone meant, in their perspective, that they were not loved. As opposed to being alone means I get to pick and choose who I want to be with. I mean, are you going to eat something just because it's there? If you're not desperate to eat, you shouldn't. So, eat because it's actually fulfilling. It brings joy to you. All right? Okay, that's why I don't eat Caesar pizza or Domino's pizza, because it's not. It's like I'd rather keep my taste buds for something else. Okay? The obstacle of that is new doors opening. Step over the threshold. How are you going to step over that threshold if you have not yet gone into solitude, okay? And reprise a little and retreat and gain your energy back. How are you supposed to be able to even see that new door if you don't let go? If you're humming the same old tune, it's not worth it. I know one client, I had a male client, who was telling me how one of his female friends first said, well, I would like this to be something more substantial. She's got children, but she doesn't even know if he's good around children. I mean, if he actually wants that, and doesn't even know what she wants in a man, has never asked him what his goals are, okay? What are his plans? And so it's very narrow-sighted. Say, yeah, I want us to create this as into a commitment. What the heck for? What kind of lies are you telling yourself, you know? At least when you go for a job, you understand, okay, this job represents, you know, if you're going into a pharmaceutical, well, they're going to be making pills so people could pop pills so they could deny what's really going on with themselves just to drag them, making it worth more money for the other corporations. And I'm willing to do that because I'm applying for this job. You know, you're very aware, but a lot of times people, you know, they go, oh, I don't like it when you lie to me. The major thing is they're lying to themselves, so how can you tell someone's lying to you? All right, get over it. Okay, and I've told you before too, a lot of times people are going to not tell you the whole truth because they don't want to hear your negative opinion. You don't have enough background to create an opinion, a logical, practical, grounding, and universal loving opinion. All right, so don't ask questions, people, that you don't want the answer to, or you can't handle. Let me be checking that you can't handle the truth. Okay, and then two, we have gone through things where we see things through one perspective at one time. We go again 3 hours later, and it's a different perspective, you know. So it's very important to be very aware. And so the challenge is this new door is opening. Step over the threshold. Literally. Okay, so when that is happening, we need to look at our environment and look through the mist, find the mystery. What is it? Why? What are we scared of? Why is there that? Okay, so the environment is look through the mist. Why are we afraid to go past that threshold? Okay, that door is an opportunity. The worst that's going to happen, it's going to slam on your tush when you cross it. Okay, and opportunities. Everything is an opportunity. Every decision for us to grow and to really relinquish our fears and to have faith that we are where we need to be. Okay, and when we look through the mist, there's no more fear. I mean, well, they give me this and that opinion. That's because they don't know either. And it's easier, okay, to opinionate on someone and make them feel stupid and insecure. And you're gaining energy from that. You're feeding off their energy. Okay? It's a control issue. It's ridiculous, it's sad, and it's true. All right? Here we go. Then we have the advice. New hope for the future. New energies are coming in. What more needs to be said? And some of you are trying to cross the ocean to a new location by train or by covered wagons. You have to let new energy in to allow yourself to go to a new goal, through the new phase in life. If you don't, then you're just blocking yourself. And this goes with the whole Venus and Mars and Leo, okay? And this is also going for, we have a solar eclipse that's happening next month, okay? And where is it happening? Don't tell me, I know. End of Virgo, okay? Don't tell me, I know, I'm silly. Okay, and so, this is all going on, especially, we're having the theme with Jupiter there, okay? Enjoying the feminine essence, really using that love, the positive, the sunny side of feminine essence, not the the shadow side, I should say. The masculine is fine, but not the shadow side of the feminine essence, the fear, someone's going to take, if they're spending time with them, then they're not going to have energy for me. I remember people would do that and get mad and jealous, even though we were just female friends. They wanted, upset that I was hanging out with another friend, and it was like, what's your problem? Well, we're friends. I'm like, yes, and I'm friends with them too, So really think about what's going on and why you're feeling that energies, lack of energies, and really connect. Again, retreat into solitude and nature to replenish your energies and really see what's going on. Okay, and then the future is sacred journey pilgrimage. Well, when we get through that door, it only makes sense, you know, through new opportunities, new energies, we're going to go on a new pathway, okay? And the secret, you know, Sarah and Avalon, sacred journey, okay, pilgrimage. I wonder if that means I get to go to Catalina Island. After all, Avalon is there. Having that opportunity, and then by doing that, we get to recreate, we get to activate, okay, create and activate our DNA. You know what you were born with, you don't have to keep. I mean, how many people have gotten plastic surgery? I don't need it yet, thank goodness, but I've changed my hair color, okay? Some of you know me when I was younger, I had really, really dark hair. And, well, yes, but a lot of gray kicked in, and it's easier to maintain if it's blonde than dark. Point is we get to constantly readjust, and there's nothing wrong with it. And if people don't like it, well, they're going to walk away from us anyway. People don't like us, they're going to find some kind of reason. Okay, if it's because we have short nails, if we're too short, we're too tall, if we're blonde, brunette, if we're too feisty or this and that. So don't worry about it. Then they really weren't your friend. Okay, what's important is that they're telling you and they're supporting you to love yourself and take care of yourself and to be good for yourself, for everybody. So that way you can be a better parent, better child, better person, support person that's connected with this universal love, okay? So now let's see what is going on, okay? I got class, a dance class pretty soon, so practice, I should say. So let's hurry up and do this, so that way tonight we just add on the meditation, okay? Do you guys see my tarot cards? Ragnar, I'm just teasing, they're right here. I like to make people laugh. Because sometimes I can come off a little tight there, you know. So you know what? Let's what are we doing? Major Arcanas. Okay. I don't know. First I was thinking that we're gonna do all the cards, but it said no. So let's get that here. I know, I should have done this way before. So, but going on with the ideas too of remembering of what's important. Okay, please review the part with the herbs. It's very important. The oils and foods. This is all about the Piscean is going to be the higher consciousness. It fluctuates. Some people say it's our pineal gland, some people say it's our third eye, our crown, you know. So, but either way, it is creating a connection with out there. So we are talking about those two chakras, a good fasting, eating pure basil and fruits. If you're having fruit or fructose problems, meaning of digesting fructose, and your doctor tells you that really what that means is you're having a lot of other crap in your body that's stripping away the, you have a lot of bad bacteria stripping it away and making it difficult for you to digest that. So, you know, just make sure you're doing a cleansing. Do the Gerson Institute cleansing. Very, very good. I'm hoping soon that I get certified in that with my nutritionist records. So that way I can talk more about that, but it's really good. And hey, if it clears up cancer and diabetes within 3 weeks, even if you're stage 4, it's something to think about. And remember, yes, I'm not getting paid for this whatsoever for mentioning them. All I'm saying is some of you guys do this chemotherapy and other things, and you just end up relapsing because you're not changing your lifestyle. You're not changing the way you eat. And some of you say, oh, but I'm trying. trying and doing are two different things. If you really love yourself, then you do it. If you really love your family, then do it. If you're too scared, if you're too lazy, that means you really don't love yourself nor your family, then go ahead, keep messing yourself up, eating badly, complain, whine, bitch, be a little dog, you know, and everybody else trying to get attention and think that's a good way. No, it's not a good way, and it's sad and it's true, you know, hypochondriacs and all that. Okay, snap out of it, you know, if you need a good slap, you know, like, what's your name, from Moonstruck, snap out of it, okay? Move forward. All right, there's absolutely no reason to be living through others. You could be living through yourself, showing your family, your loved ones what a good example it is, okay? And that's what's the most important thing. So here we go. Let's shuffle these up. All right, and it's very important because we do have very stuff going on in Virgo, and Virgo does represent, you know, the digestive process, nervousness. You see a lot of Virgo women biting their nails, even men, okay? And so there is that when they're nervous, you're tightening up. You're not even breathing. You can't hold your breath. You need to breathe in oxygen, breathe that in, relax the digestive process to allow everything. Stretching a lot is very necessary. If you're always sitting, you need to stretch and allow that digestive process to happen. You have over 6 feet worth of intestines in you know, that are processing food. So stand up, give it a break, you know. Remember, we were nomads. Humans were nomads before. We were walking. And so allowing, we didn't feel any of that pressure, okay? Women, if you are, you know, I used to do permanent makeup and work at salons, and you permanent making, tattooing those lips red, is that showing that you do not have enough iron. It is showing that you do not have enough iron in your body. So you want to make sure that before you tattoo or hide something on your body, plastic surgery, make sure you are dealing with the cause of it before dealing with the cosmetic, because hiding the cosmetic does not eliminate the internal organ cause. And the internal organ cause is usually because of a lifestyle, a psychological, mental, belief system, thought process lifestyle, and eating and lack of physical lifestyle. So remember all that, okay? So if not, give me a call, you know, text me, Facebook message me, email me, anything, and we'll guide you. I've gotten a lot of people healthy. Okay, so let's see what we're going here. You guys hear me shuffling, okay? Alrighty. And remember, some of you too is while I'm doing this, it's good for going for energy healing. You know, if you're doing, you know, Reiki, that's nice. It just puts a band-aid on what's going on. It doesn't deal with the cause. You know, you're going to go through something like Psyche K, or which I offer also, or Theta, which we offer also. Okay, it's really understanding the connection, and the pulse technique is really understanding how all that is connected and releasing the cause of that negative lifestyle, that need for that negative lifestyle. That is what's very important, okay? And so, let's see here. And some of you don't know, but I'm really good at healing the, besides the present life, the life, past life causes, and I see that. I don't know if it's because I am a Cancer with a Cancer rising. I'm born Cancer Leo cusp, you know, and I've seen being having Pisces as my north node, but and then with the Venus there, it's just very, I could connect and see what has happened in the past, okay, and to help you with that, and we heal that part of you, and it makes a big difference. All right, but remember, like Shrek said, you know, to Donkey, we are like onions. You peel one layer, there's another layer, almost like an artichoke. Let us move. So now here we go. Okay. Separate. Keep them separated. right? There's a song like that. I know. Oh, to have a life, you know. What did they do in a past life to deserve to be our pets? Just throw themselves there. Not have to worry for a job. Not have to worry about bills being paid. They just let us know when they're hungry or thirsty and give us loving once in a while. You know? Okay, here we go. So, what am I doing? One? Am I doing the second? There we go. All right, so this is what we got going on here. Okay? The situations, the lovers, what not to do is throw it all up to the Wheel of Fortune, which makes sense with Saturn going into Sagittarius. What we need to do is to be calm within the tower of chaos, okay? And realize that, and this really makes sense because the lovers, we got Aries and Venus hanging out in Leo with the sun there, right? So we're talking about too the balancing of the masculine with the feminine essence there, with understanding Sybil being opposite, you know. Sybil is not really the negative, okay? A lot of people think it is. Remember, things had happened, and we can avoid that having learned from those situations. If we just throw it up to chance, then we're not really taking control. We're allowing ourselves to be victim again and say, oh, well, that's how it was, I guess. And no, we're not doing that, okay? What we are doing is realizing sometimes we need to just, the tower is chaos, we need to just throw it all down. Just tear down our bases, those roots, and create new ones, okay? I mean, and that's important because remember, tower's not made overnight. It's done through different perspectives, belief systems, through different generations, until you just can't have enough and it just self-explodes and you can't live in that method anymore with one thing on top of another. But even the higher energies above, it's just like separating it. And so whatever structure you have that is just falling apart, it needs to fall apart. Grab the broom, sweep it aside, say thank you for your presence, thank you for what you have taught me. I will use those ideas to this new path. And that's a very, very important, because with that, remember we say death is change. Death is a transformative. It's going from one stage to the next, and it's slowly. So what's nice is, you know, with the this is, though there might be chaos, we are not going to just have from one extreme to another and people go, okay, well, here it is, but wait. When we have a nice slow transformation available to us, we are then able to adjust easier, okay? We are able to see our place. We are able to see still the sun and the horizon, okay? Either be it rising or setting, it is still happening. And it being reversed, we're getting the chance that it's going slowly and wonderfully. And there's paths that are going to be taken, and some people are going to be there and support us, and others not. And that's quite all right, because we are on the path of transformation, not just as human evolution here in the fifth dimension, but here in our soul of understanding. I mean, in one of the classes I was teaching, we were talking about the insights from the Celestine prophecies, and everything is true. It's how we're connecting it and evolving it, and it's so important. You know, so important to allow that and encourage that in each other. You know, get back to, you know, some of you might say, well, isn't that we should be eating processed foods and stuff like that? You know, we are natural sources, and natural sources come from the universal love of nature, Mother Gaia. By using processed, we are no longer, how can I say, is using that kind of universal energy, all right? And it's so important that we use that universal energy. I mean, even though, you know, I use computers, I have right here, you know, the selenite lamp, you know, for to protect against the scalar energy. All right, and it's very important to do so. If you don't, that way to keep you balanced, right? So it is wonderful, you know. This is also known as the green corn, and that's why I was eating, the corn. Okay, the grain moon. It is a full red moon, meaning it's it's a sturgeon moon, and they're calling it a blood moon. And blood moon is a perigee moon where it's really close. We're gonna see, okay, certain lighting. All it means is we see it closer, and we're gonna feel it closer. And of course, because Pisces is a strong emotional feeling sign, it's a loving feeling sign, so it can't help. Everything is falling into place, you know, and making the understanding. Summer is ending, you know, the corn moon, and then we're going to start the harvest. I know in certain places, maybe in German, they have the Oktoberfest coming up, and that's because after the harvest, I know the best wines. I don't drink anymore, but I know I used to really love drinking the Spätlese wines, okay, because this one waited like another month after the harvest. So really good things, and time to just always giving thanks of the new season that's coming in. We have autumn. I know in the old style, and I don't think it's politically correct, but I'm going to mention it anyway, is that they would call this, you know, because autumn doesn't start until September 21st, 22nd. And then whatever heat wave we had they would call it Indian summer, okay? As if the Indians had any power. Maybe they did, you know, with their wonderful dancing. We just never gave them the truthful credit, the natives. Sorry about that. But we look forward to going to all the powwows, and it's a new season of joining in before it's a pleasure. Now we're reaping the rewards, and every season, no matter what's going on in our life, and I mention this because we had the Tower cards, we're seeing the changes and death, that we are given an opportunity to experience something on a different level, not necessarily better or worse. A lot of people ask me, was this a good or bad thing? Well, it depends upon your perspective, and it's only bad if you fear it, that it's messing up your own personal agenda, which really means you need to adjust that personal agenda, okay? So, and that's the best way to, perspective to have on that, and then you won't have to fear, okay? So, anyway, this is Sirena Nereida with Celestial Soul Wellness, and I gonna upload this one and start off with our meditation. Well, for the pineal gland, Pisces, pineal gland chakra, and the Pisces sign, lavender is a wonderful herb, okay? You can add it to your chicken, to your meals, make a tea, relax, and the essential oils are just wonderful for relaxing, putting it on the temple, okay? Basil is also good, because here we have Thai basil, and it really opens up the pineal gland. It decalcifies, okay? So that is really a nice thing to consider too. And if not, you know, you can do the essential oil, but straight basil is always better. And blueberries. Blueberries is a wonderful food. Any foods that are dark blue or deep, deep red, like raspberries, boysenberries, even wine will help open up the pineal gland chakra, okay? And we're sticking with the colors of dark blue and the purples and the deep, deep, you know, burgundy reds, okay? So much of our berries, except your gooseberries, as long as they're a dark, deep color, you know, with the violet base. Also, too, the rosemary is very, very good. It's good for cooking and also putting in the essential oils. So all these different herbs that I've shared with you, all right, they can be either eaten, mixed in with some oils like coconut oil, okay, and put on your body, on your face, depending on which kind. And also, you know, to eat. Very helps open up that pineal gland and get you more in touch. Good morning, everyone. This is Sirena Nereida with Celestial Soul Wellness. And with this meditation today, it's about, you know, the full moon in Pisces. It's about healing. So if you can grab your amethyst and your other healing stones, we're going to focus on our pineal gland. We're going to focus on also our feet, okay? And we're going to honor ourselves tremendously. I'm excited with this one because I'm doing something a little bit different. So with our meditation, we're going to bring in our different healing guides, and we're going to allow, the goal is, what I'm trying to say is to have Source, have the great light, white light, have, you know, our divine creator calling in our light team, you know, Archangel Raphael and Haniel, and of course Michael to protect us now, and just let in that wonderful Huna healing. A lot of you know that I am a Hawaiian hula performer, and before that I was stationed at NTC Pearl Harbor several times when I was with the Navy, so it just, the gravitation towards Hawaii was always my own and not one of my family, something that I had different. And so there had come different times in my life, even when I separated from Hawaii, that drew me back. I even went to, finally I got to go to Maui for my honeymoon, and I was pregnant with my son at the time, and it was great with my son and I. We would go swimming because I was pregnant. You know, men do their thing while they're drinking and all that. But I really got this this touch of this deep connection. I started mounting more and more of Hawaii. This respect for the culture, the people, the language, the food, the environment, the energies, you know, the negative ions that were all around. And so just learning about Huna and learning more and more about the ancient Hawaiian Huna healing, it just fall into place, you know, considering I already had learned about the Wiccan, I had been doing about access consciousness, you know, Theta, Reiki, you know, cosmic consciousness, you know, the quick pulse technique, and what is it else do I do? Psychic K and tapping and all that. So, but what has really resonated the most with me has been the Huna healing. And so, we're not going to chant, but I'm going to bring in the energies of the islands. And just for some of you who don't know, Hawaii, also known as Ma, from Lemuria, and so a lot of people do make the connection that Hawaiian Islands were, you know, connected with Lemuria. And so it's just a little thought there, you know. So please make yourself comfortable. I'm doing it here also because I really love this painting I wanted to share with you. It's an original. It came from Cuba. I could say that now. And so, because before, it did still come from Cuba, but it wasn't supposed to have, remember? We didn't have those permissions. But anyway, it is personalized. Some very, very dear people, and I don't want to say who, because in fact I forgot who, so they don't get in trouble. We got this done for me there. And if you see, you know, a lot of you, everybody knows one of my favorite healing companions is Wolfgang, the Wolf. We're working with the stars. There I am, Sirena Nereida. And those of you who don't know, Nereida means Sirena, and why I go by Sirena Nereida is because, oh, people chop up my name. And in Greece, it's Greek actually, and my name is one of my origins of beginning lives, not of this lifetime, is they pronounce it Nereida, which means the 50 daughters of the sea god Nereus, the most famous Nereida, is Achilles' mother, Thetis. So, okay, just to make it real quick, you know, she did copulate with a mortal. And that was the only downfall of Achilles. I shouldn't say downfall, but the one that made him a little bit weak. You know, the Achilles tendon. So, and I wanted to share this with you because it brings a lot of healing. What you put or surround, what you surround yourself with, what pictures you have, is what represents you. Sometimes you can resonate with something. But if you have pictures of just a lonely person and it's all around, it does resonate you, but you're also asking for it. You're calling more of it because you're focused. So be careful the languages you use. You know, I was playing dominoes yesterday, and one of my younger cousins, male cousins in his 20s, he kept saying, you know, the wonderful, what do we just say? The F word, you know, lack of anything else. And I go, you are happy. I go, can you focus on playing bones here? And I said, haha, that's why you're focused on saying the F word, huh, bones? And we were just making jokes left and right. But it does say who it represents. And even though you say, oh, but it's just an expression, or I just wear this and that and that. True, but it also means that you don't have connections with other things and to expand yourself. Pisces has no borders, has no limits. Water doesn't. It surrounds and goes and surrounds and goes again. And so, excuse me. And the important thing about that, I know I'm trying to put on, I found this one CD that has, hopefully, one of our friends trying. And it's the Indian Anthology, just so you know. I know, why didn't I get the Huna chance, right? Because I don't want copyright, but I am telling you it's a CD of Indian Anthology because I don't want any issues. I do like sharing, but I have trouble then uploading and all that. Come on! Guys know the energy, probably because I want them more than ever. Oh well. Okay, so we have the sage birdie and everything. And so at this time, get in your comfortable area, and I really want you to, if you have an amethyst, put it on you somewhere, hold it, put it on your lap, and back straight, okay, back straight, and somehow have your feet to the ground. So if you have your knees upward, okay, your back straight, and your feet flat on the ground. And so just call in, you do a mudra. Let's do this mudra, okay? Notice Jesus Christ in mudras. Everybody, when we dance, we rub our fingers into mudras, even in belly dancing too, okay? People don't realize. Because we stimulate. Why do we do mudras? Just so you know, we have acupressure points, all right? And when we do mudras now, people say, oh, well, I didn't know that, but we are stimulating certain points, okay? And even when we're doing this, because we're stimulating, okay, in these areas. Acupressure points run along meridians, by the way. The meridians are like freeway systems that are all connected to our hands, freeway systems that have any place to our eyes, to our feet, okay? It's of course our face, our ears, and they're all connected to our organs. So that is how come, well, you know, you might have a pain in your shoulders or in your neck, and really what's wrong is your gallbladder, because it's the freeway system, all right? Or you have, oh, my shoulders here, your intestines are clogged up, okay? You're literally full of it. Your knee is hurting you. Well, that's because of your bladder and your kidneys, all right? And just to remind you, every organ carries a specialized in carrying certain emotions that we haven't released, either from the past, due to our perspectives and belief systems. Even if you have changed your belief systems now, you're still carrying, you haven't released those. Even though logically you have come to understanding of it, you haven't released it from your body, you know? So releasing it is good, but then, you know, you got to be also after that, then you are in the moment. So we release certain things from past lives, and that's what I do. And also from the past, to allow yourself, kind of like jump-starting, be all clean, and so that way you can continue living. Remember, our diseases and aches and pains is a representation of what we haven't released yet, an overaccumulation. And some of us are like barrels, and we're just collecting more. And that should really be a sign to all of us that, hey, something's not right. You're not loving yourself enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to love ourselves today, okay, in our meditation. So with our mudras, just go with each finger. Make sure, if you want to have the music, sage on, have the amethyst. Okay. Make sure you're doing a Merkaba. Breathe in deeply into your abdominal region. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. And again, breathe in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. And so now I want you to just love yourself. So first, massage right there your pineal gland. Just massage and give it love. At this time while you're doing that, open up that funnel, your crown chakra, and just let in a flood, the Niagara Falls flood of universal light. Just see it coming all the way down, and make sure you're seeing it out here. In your mind's eye, it's like 2 feet in front of you, you know, like the silver method, okay? And you just let it fall into you, right there. And just feel that happiness, and just flood open that pineal gland, that little, you know, maybe some of you have it as a pin size. Just imagine, just see it expanding more with all that healing, loving light. Oh, okay, feel it. Yes, and massage right there. Give it some lovings. At this time, also with your right hand on your heart, we'll start the pledge allegiance to yourself. Okay, and just caress the thyroid, the thymus gland there. That's a lot, because a lot of people are collecting sicknesses and diseases because they're not expressing things. But they're afraid to express things too, because they worry if their perspective is good. They're always in negative perspective, feeling like you have to intimidate, feeling like you have to be aloof, feeling like poor is me, or criticizing. And then you know your perspectives, you need to change those perspectives. Let others be, but be concerned. Encourage positive quality of life. And so you're feeling that flood of light just coming in. Right there. Just imagine now that your brain is all like an ocean. To just see the ocean and the sea just going and flowing there. That you're just almost feel like you're getting a little bit stuffed up because you feel like, oh, there's so much water that you almost want to hold your breath, but don't. Please keep breathing. Oh, while you're there, encourage your calling your light team. Some of you do keep your breath in when and are holding your breath, and you need to be released into this neat, nice, deep Merkaba breathings. Make sure that the air is rising up to your crown chakra, all the way back to the head, all down your bladder, governing vessel meridians, gallbladder ones, down your spine, all the way down, down, down to your seat, to your root chakra, all the way to your prostate area, back up to the front, solar plexus, and out again through your throat. Oh. Ooh. Again. Feeling your tummy region, your abdominal area, shoulders straight. See that ocean there in your pineal gland just expanding. Got whales coming in to say hi. We're gonna call in all those wonderful energies of the dolphins, the turtles, big leatherback turtles. Octopuses. Yes, we call in the great white to accompany us, protect us. The warriors, the seals, may they all behave with one another. The energy of the islands. The energy of Volcano Pele. The goddess Pele. At this time, swimming out of the sea, you see the islands coming close to you. Keep breathing. The turtles accompany you to land. And as you're approaching, the goddess Pele approaches you. She is beautiful. The long brown hair, flowing. There's nice waves in her hair with some curls. She comes and approaches you there with this sand, cool, the palm trees all around, facing the eyes. Your back absorbing the air of the ocean. She tells you to kneel, and she kneels with you. And in a shell, in a big abalone shell, she has to share with you. There's fruits of all sorts. She shares these fruits with you, tells you to eat, to sweeten your life, to sweeten your heart. Because you are loved. And as you are eating with her, she takes your hand. She opens up the palm, and she lightly glides her fingers against your palm, your left palm. So this was the stamp that you were making. And then your right palm. And this is what you have done with it. The possible energies to change it. She extends her palms out. She puts her hands over them, and you feel that energy, just feeling that wonderful energy. Enjoying that fruit, all that fruit, oh, all kinds of fruit, and not just fruit from the islands, from all those wonderful tropical areas. Cherimoya, mango, pineapple, papaya, watermelon, all of those. And those melons are good because you know they clean out your system. All the melons, every day you should start your day off with a cup of cha, tea, and then your melons. Anything else won't help. You're feeling that energy. And she brings your hands and her hands over to your feet. So bring your hands over to your feet. Touch your big toe. And just lightly pinch it. You're not pinching, just put pressure. You're not pinching to hurt. You're putting pressure around it. You can see, hear better. If you feel a little bit uncomfortable pressure, then massage that. And she smiles. Because all your feet have meridian systems to your organs, releasing those toxins. Our feet handle so much pain. They support us. They take us places. They help us waddle. And yet they feel so much. Keep going around your big toe and breathe. And see the goddess Pelege giving you that energy around your feet. That's tremendous energy. Go to the second toe. Right next to the big toe. Keep breathing. She sees it is time to open our eyes. It's time to open our ears. And it's time to open our hearts. To love ourselves more than anyone could ever love us. Loving ourselves does not mean being defensive. That's just being a bitch. I said that in a meditation, yes. Because I am, you're the dog. Loving ourselves means accepting ourselves. Lower your fingers and keep pinching around, putting pressure on the toes. On top of it, underneath it, to the sides of it. In between, go to the next toe. Loving ourselves is accepting, realizing, and not judging ourselves. And if there is something we'd rather not, then connecting with our light team, the universe, saying, I would like another way, because this way I'd rather not do for myself anymore. Because it harms me, and it harms others. I want to find a more loving way. I want to connect and keep me connected with God's love, the universal love. Just keep pinching there. Oh, you feel. Extend your toes out while you're doing that. And it's very intimate to touch your own feet and toes. It's doesn't accept us. Feet support us so much that people put down their feet. Oh, I got bunnies, I got this. We'll love them more. Oh, and the feet do tell us a lot. And the next ones. The ones right next to the baby toes, just keep putting pressure. And feel, ooh. Ah. I got stuff going on there. I didn't even realize it's been a while. I always prefer a foot massage over the body. I guess you shouldn't have to prefer it like that. Just feel it. It's always loving. Ooh, I feel that all the way down my spine. Sometimes you'll feel like a warm sensation in a different part of your body, and that's because it's being released. Just keep putting pressure until that warmth is gone. Yes. I have a very, sometimes a very delicate throat chakra. So when I get direct air, sometimes it gets irritated. Yeah, I know. Some of you are thinking, okay, that's going all the way down to her dress. Oh, yeah. And to our pinky toes. Ooh. They get left out sometimes, huh? Tell your toes how much you love them. Tell them thank you. Tell them thank you for taking you to this journey. And if you don't have toes, for whatever reason, because you were, or feet, because you were born without, or you had an accident, touch the lowest stem of your body, because you know the meridians are still there and can feel. And thank those meridians for that, for what you did have. And thank you for teaching me that's possible to still continue on your long path forward with new ideas, with new methods. And pinch between. Oh, how wonderful. Make sure you're also doing on top. Just give love to your feet. Oh, I haven't done this since been in its hula season, I call it, because of the summer. Been doing shows back to back to back to back. That's why I haven't, some of the videos I've had videotaped, but I haven't been able to edit and put up. And so, a whole month, I was on a hula sabbatical. There we go. Of course, the full moon always calls me back. I was born within 72 hours of the full moon. Actually, within 16 hours of the full moon. And keep going. Make sure you're breathing in. Make sure now the goddess Pele is there. And she has another shell. All full of the water from the waterfalls from inside the islands. The tropical rainforest they have. And there she throws the water. She lightly puts the water on her feet. And to show you how loving and worthy you are, she uses her hand to glance up your feet. So touch the top part. Go back and forth, especially around the areas, side of your big toes, where all that calluses. Just give it love and tell it thank you. Thank you for guiding me. Thank you for supporting me. And I release all those negative things, toxins, all the shock, trauma, drama, terror, guilt, worries, fears, anxieties, anger, frustration, feelings of unworthiness, feelings of unlove. Hela takes it, throws it out to the sea where the sun, it gets evaporated to the sun to exchange to positive energy to give back to Mother Gaia. Feel the insoles of your feet. Feel your heels. Now put your hands outside of your feet, then towards the inside, from the top, and just put pressure on the pads there, the balls of your feet. Keep feeling all that love and energy. Thank her for her time and energy, for all that energy. Feel the breeze. I know when I release toxins, I get tears in my eyes. Some people burp, some people don't. As I make those funny faces, is some of you watching me. And more, go down to the middle. And more. Very nice. All the way down. Down to your solar plexus point there. Oh. Feel the sun just opening up within you. Below, to the sides, use your fingers. Keep feeling, keep feeling. A real foot massage, an hour long, is awesome because it's half an hour per foot, but we're not going to do that. Oh, this Pisces moon is just